this, I say it is survival of the fittest!
Bone Crusher. No, not that Bone Crusher. Nope, not that Bone Crusher either. This Bone Crusher, the one developed by Takara for the Diaclone line. Simply called Orange Bulldozer and imported by Hasbro for Season 2 of the Transformers, he was eventually changed to a light green along with his fellow construction robo and renamed the Constructicons. But that's not all though, because they can combine to form the mighty
Devastator!
One of 3 combiners that we're getting with the Age of the Primes line, also the most anticipated. The Constructicons have been a staple of the Transformers since Season 2. The muscle behind Megatron's mind and some of the most popular Transformers toys ever. But combiners are tricky. You need many bots that work in unison to form one, but they also need to be good standalone figures as well. There's almost always some push and pull and some compromises that need to be made. And from the response of this figure so far, it looks as though we might be getting some of our compromises out of the way early.
Who are you calling inferior?
But honestly, when I watch the film from which it's based, it looks pretty screen accurate to me. This is Studio Series Bonecrusher. Let's get it. And as usual, let's take a look at the box, guys. And we have the sleek black packaging is back, but instead of the Age of the Primes, we have that familiar Studio Series blue down here. We also have this sweet legend right up here that mentions Devastator, very cool, and Bonecrusher here in both modes, both looking pretty sweet, and a continuation of Bonecrusher on the side here, plus some details in the Autobot logo. On the back, we get Transformers the Movie, Constructicon Bonecrusher. Bonecrusher battles the Autobots in Autobot City on Earth. Cool picture of the Dinobots too. And there's the toy in both modes, looking pretty sweet there. And a little Devastator reminder here. And the ultimate Devastator reminder on the side here, with a picture of the mighty bot himself. All right, well, there's Bonecrusher. Let's get him out of there. Okay, we'll start with first impressions, and well, he's a hunk of burnin' love. He's a chunky boy, just like Elvis in his later years, with sad burns to match. He's also hefty to the feel, and he's mostly on ball joints, which is not ideal, but these feel pretty solid. The knee is the exception, and it's on a nice buttery joint there. I love the overall green design. The shade they chose is wonderful. It reminds me of the movie and the G1 toy at the same time. And not to mention, it is screen accurate. Articulation. Articulation is mostly what you'd expect from a deluxe class on ball joints. So, the shoulders are on balls and can go all the way around, all the way out to the side. His elbow joint is a ball joint as well, which normally wouldn't be ideal, but it absolutely works for this guy. His head's on a plate, can go up and down a bit, and 360 all the way around. Now, technically there is waist swivel, guys, but it's hidden under the shovel. The shovel goes on his chest, and if you try to move the waist, it will work, but it kind of just doesn't look right. It looks off almost even at the slightest of angles, so I would have to say there's no waist swivel. But the hips are on nice big ball joints, so they have a lot of movement there. They can go all the way to the front, all the way to the back, all the way to the side. There's an upper thigh swivel, a nice buttery knee joint that snaps into place for transformation, and the ankle has a nice solid tilt as well. Transformation! Transformation is simple, intuitive, and fun, and he is a brick when you're done. So, let's start with the arms here. Bring him around, and bring him up, and there's a tab connection right there. Put him into place. Let's do the same thing for the other side. Around, tab collection right there. Perfect. Now, let's bring the shovel down. Open this up right here. I like to go do this and open it up a little bit more, guys. So we have some clearance and we can get those arms in. First, let's put the head down. Great. We'll take this whole plate, twist this around first, and slide that right into place right like that. You're gonna have to find some nuances in a bit. That's okay. This is the hardest part of it, trying to get those in there. And there's connection for the two sides and connection in the back. Boom, and right here. Very solid. So now we can take this whole piece and go like that. Let's get this out of the way while we're at it. Now, take the legs, and there's a couple of different connections here you can go, and it makes it very solid. But before we do that, let's close his feet. There we go. And tab connections here and here on both sides. Gonna rock them into place a little bit. Make sure everything's straight, and click, click, click. Beautiful. Now we take this shovel, find where it sits flush. It's got some movement there, but it's pretty cool, and that's how you want to do it. There is Bone Crusher. Some robot mode size comparisons, guys. There he is next to G1 Hook and Legacy Cosmos. So he is a pretty big deluxe. Couple of vehicle mode size comparisons, guys. There he is next to G1 Hook, a G1 distressed hook, may I add, and Legacy Cosmos. And some positives for Bone Crusher, guys. We'll start. He is screen accurate. He looks great. I want to praise the overall design and solid feel for this guy. I love it more than I should, straight up. He's a fair-sized deluxe class. He's an absolute brick in vehicle mode. A couple of nitpicks for Bone Crusher, guys, and the main one, zero articulation in the waist. That's unfortunate. He should have wheels. When it comes down to it, if you transform and had wheels, they would probably show up right about here and right about here, making him non-screen accurate. But it's a toy, and I want to roll it.
Roll out!
Normally, this many ball joints would be an issue for me, and it kind of is, but it really does work for Bone Crusher, but I gotta throw it in there. Did I mention no wheels? And final thoughts on Bone Crusher, guys. I have no business liking this figure as much as I do. He definitely has his faults. And I'm not sure if I'm turning a blind eye to them because he's a Constructicon and we're finally getting Studio Series Devastator, or if I'm just in a good mood. Now, if I am in a good mood, it's probably because I've been playing with this guy for a few days and he is straight up fine. I love all the green aesthetic to him. The transformation's a blast as well. His vehicle mode slaps. I wish he did have some wheels and some waist articulation or waist swivel, but I am all in on Studio Series Devastator and Studio Series Bone Crusher. Well, that's it, guys. Our Constructicon journey has just begun. But what's your opinion on Studio Series Bonecrusher? Did we get the compromises out of the way early? Let me know in the comments. And if you dug what you saw today, please give this video a like and subscribe to my channel for more. And I'll see you next time on Dan's Vintage Toy Chest. Until then, play on.